French habits for healthy holidays. It's the holiday season, and of course this rhymes with joy and happy times, but I know that for some people it can also be a stressful periods for loads of reasons, and one of them can be regarding food. I know that some people can get stressed in regards to what they should or shouldn't eat, stressed because they are probably going to be eating more than usual, stressed that they're not going to be able to stick to their healthier way of eating. So today I thought I would share with you the French approach when it comes to healthy eating during the holidays, and I feel like the way that French people do things is much more balanced and ingrained in gentle nutrition and savoring the experience, all while still listening to your body, which is what we want to do. So let's get started. So the first thing you really don't want to be doing during the holiday season is to save up for the holiday meals. This is something I actually have seen in American households quite a lot, is to kind of save up for the big Christmas dinner a few days before you're gonna try to eat really light so that you can then save up your calories and really indulge. The French know that if we do that, we're not going to be able to be mindful when it comes to eating our Christmas dinner. And I think it's also because we're much more mindful of portions in France. So we know that even if there's a big Christmas dinner, even if we are obviously, I mean, for most people gonna eat past our hunger cues, that doesn't mean that we have to be completely sick to our stomach with food. Whereas I feel with a lot of American people, it's going to be more this like all or nothing mentality. Like, I'm not going to eat anything leading up to it, and then the day of, I'm just going to stuff my face with everything and anything. So make sure you don't do that. You can prioritize meals that are a bit lighter, maybe a bit more balanced than usual when you know that you're going to be having like big Christmas dinners back to back. But honestly, you don't want to overthink it. You really want to be in tune with your hunger fullness cues, and you definitely don't want to get into this saving calories mindset, because that's just going to make you binge the day of. Number 2, you want to focus on quality rather than quantity. This is a big thing in the French approach, and I think it's even truer for the holiday meals. Honestly, for my Christmas meal, I never feel like I'm completely overstuffed to the point where I'm gonna burst. I feel like I've eaten maybe past my hunger cues a little bit, sure, but it's nothing dramatic. What really changes when I look at my Christmas meals versus other meals is the quality of the food. I'm gonna be having food that I don't have on other occasions. It's going to be really like intricate little starters and entrees, and people who eat meat are going to be having foie gras, which is like a delicacy in France. I'm going to be having the vegan version. The desserts are going to be desserts that we don't usually have, like bûche de Noël, things like that. And it's more going to be about the high quality of all the foods we're going to be having, but it's not going to be extreme quantities. I feel like for American people, if they go to a Christmas dinner and they don't leave feeling absolutely stuffed, they don't feel like they had like a mountain of food, then it's not going to be like, they're not going to feel like it was enough. They're going to feel like something was missing, that they weren't really satisfied. But in France, it's more about the quality of the foods, and we don't really care that there's like a ton of food. It's more, oh, like what kind of like quality foods are you going to be able to have, and we don't need to be having too much. Number 3, and I think this is really key to the French Christmas meal experience, you want to savor your meals slowly. French Christmas meals are never rushed. In fact, they can last for multiple hours, and I'm not even exaggerating. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna have multiple courses, and we're gonna take breaks in between all of these courses. For instance, in my family, we're gonna start off with a little apéritif. So there's gonna be little things to eat. We're gonna be drinking a little bit as well, and then we all have that, and then we take a little break. We kind of dance, we talk, we listen to music. It's a fun time. Then we move on to the table and we have our entrée, so a starter, and then we all like talk amongst each other before we bring in the actual main dish. And then again, there's gonna be a break. We're gonna go outside, we're gonna do something, and then there's gonna be the cheese, and then we do the present break in between the cheese and the dessert. So we give the presents, Santa comes, and that lasts a pretty long time. And then we have the dessert after. So if you look at the entire length of the meal, it's multiple hours long, like I don't know, 5 hours long. We're taking breaks, we're enjoying it, we are not feeling rushed, we are digesting in between each course, and we are like appreciating what we're eating more. And it's also easier to be mindful of how much we eat because our body has the time to process everything. We're not just like dumping food nonstop. Number 4 is you really want to celebrate the social aspect of the meal. For French people, holidays are about so much more than the food. Of course, we French people, we love our food. It's so important to us, but it's not the most important. So many other factors come into play that are going to really take the lead there. And we love our meals so much because they're not just about the meals, they're also about connecting with each other, talking with each other, and usually we're going to be with extended family, so people we probably haven't seen in a few months. So we really take the time to catch up, listen about everybody's life updates. It's really a time where everybody comes together to enjoy the food and connect over this shared experience. So nobody really has the time to stress about overeating or like not listening exactly to their hunger cues or eating like too much fat or too much sugar, whatever, because again, that's not the main focus of anything. Food is kind of there to enhance. It's really about celebration and joy and happiness, and there's really no room at all for guilt or any type of negative emotion that you could have when you're eating a Christmas meal. And to kind of go along with that, number 5, you want to enjoy your treats without guilt. Now, for most French people, it's very important to eat healthily, to eat balanced meals, to eat plenty of whole foods, and not to have too many treats. That is something that is a priority. However, French people really know how to have treats without feeling guilty. Anything like pastries or cheese or like wine and things like that, they're going to be able to fully enjoy it without feeling guilty about it. The thing is that instead of feeling bad for eating a slice of cake and therefore being in the all or nothing approach where you're like, okay, I've eaten this slice, this is terrible, might as well eat 10 other slices while I'm at it and start over fresh in 2025. Instead of doing that, French people will eat their slice of cake, not feel bad at all about it, feel happy, enjoy it, and then that slice is going to satisfy them because they were able to fully enjoy it without feeling guilt, and that way it satisfies them much quicker. For this holiday season, remember that you can enjoy your treats without guilt, and you can appreciate them and be fully satisfied with them, and then move on. And number 6, you can move your body in a way that feels good. The French way is walking. It's almost a tradition at this point. Every time we have a Christmas dinner, we're also going to go on a little walk around the neighborhood, or we're gonna go watch the Christmas lights, we're gonna walk around the city, whatever it is, just so we can have this little digestive walk, get some fresh air, we're all together, it's a nice time. And so it's not at all about trying to eliminate all the food we've eaten previously. It's more about taking an opportunity to all come together and have a nice time, move in a way that feels good, and we're continuing the Christmas spirit, we're enjoying the fresh air. It is a great way to get in movement and again to get out of this all or nothing mindset that you can be in, which is like, since I've eaten a ton, I need to eliminate by going to the gym for 3 hours. No, it's fine. You can walk for an hour, make it nice, make it enjoyable, and keep up your balanced meals and start your gym routine again when you're in your usual environment. So I feel like that's kind of the main message. The overall message for the French way of enjoying the holidays is that we are not in this all or nothing mindset. Of course, it's a festive meal where it's going to be a little bit more indulgent than our other meals, but it's nothing drastic, and again, it's more about the entire celebration around it than the amount of food. And of course, remember that your Christmas meals are just a few meals out of your entire year. You should absolutely not feel stress around them or guilt or anything like that. You should be able to enjoy them fully and have amazing holidays with no guilt or no body concerns. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and see you on my next one. Bye. And happy holidays to everyone.